so that people would understand, these men would understand what it is all about. And they became great believers. And so then there would be one that would give a lesson. And then Dad had asked for the Bible to be sent and the triple combination. And it passed the censors. Yes, but I have I no longer have the copies. I've donated the copies to the church history library because it has the German stamp there. It says it's okay. And in spite of it, Salt Lake City, Utah imprint, And so this passed, and so they had the scriptures. Not just the Bible, but all four standard works. And they would study and work with themselves and make their talks, and then they would give their talks in Sunday school or Sunday school sacrament, whatever combination it is, once a week, And the Dad said, well, there's one thing that you can do. You can learn to fast, prayer and fasting. Fasting is strengthening. And so they would fast and take what they did not use from their Red Cross packages, some sugar, cigarettes especially, and give it to the other prisoners. Without, they did not sell it, this is what I have saved from not using it, and so he gave it away to them. It was very powerful, and it strengthened those men. They gained enormous testimonies, and afterwards they would say, "Blessed prisoner of war camp time," because they had found the gospel. And the son of the first counselor, young Case, who had been, I don't go to church, this is for old wives and that sort of thing, was one of the main converters, was one converted also. So after the war, actually during the war, during that time, they made a beautiful, composed a song. He was very gifted in music, and so was another person, very gifted in art. And they composed a song called Faith, Geloof. I gave that beautifully painted and so forth to my father for, I don't know what exactly the occasion was, maybe it was on an Easter time and so forth. And there were others that made portraits, drew portraits. There is that one there behind you on the extreme right. That is my father's portrait, taken in 1944 in the prison of war camp. And I have here some pictures. This is a story of that here. There is a copy of that song. This was in the Deseret News, and on the back too there is a picture of my dad in the camp and so forth. And a friend of mine laminated that as it appeared in Mormon Times about 3, 4, 5 years ago. And then for an occasion in our own ward, I want to look at that too. Made this of my father's career, and it's a submarine business. We had this in our ward for the 4th of July, and they honored all military that had in the ward, that had lived in the ward and that had served. And of course, most of them were all Americans. That was the only one and so forth.
Wow. Can I take a picture of this? Is that okay if I take a photograph?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
Thank you.
can do that.
So how did
Shall I continue?
Yes,
Okay.
continue, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Because now this is how my father coped with this situation. He was called as a counselor in the mission presidency, but he took his mission to the prisoner of war camp and then just talk to whoever wanted to hear. And they came to him to ask. you know, I don't understand it. Is there really a God? Would God have allowed this sort of thing? And on and on and on. And there was one of them that was, through illness, was dismissed and sent back to Holland from Germany. And so he met with my mother, and mother was there when he was baptized in Holland. As was actually the first one of the converts that Dad had made there. But we, in the meantime, were without a father, without a husband, mother, and no work. It is another great miracle at that time that the company for which my father worked paid his salary every month for the next 3 years, and occasionally brought a sack of potatoes, which was worth gold in those days. I not find it left on the front door. So there was an income. We would